Hello, hello. We are here. Supercharger time. Supercharger time. So, today's project, I like free mods, and you should too. But we're going to take off this cover. And then there's a little plate underneath it that's supposed to hide the sound of the supercharger. Who wants to do that? Or who wants to have something like that? Not me. Not me at all. So, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take the cover off. I'll break all the bolts loose by hand, well, by a ratchet, and then I'll use an impact gun to bring them all the way back out, save a little bit of time. And then we'll put the cover over there on the toolbox, take the plate off, put this back on, torque it back down, and then we'll take this bad boy out for a spin. I'll let you know if I feel like it did anything for me. Let's see what it does. All right, here we are. So I just pulled off the supercharger lid, and I was expecting a lot of oil in here. There's not a drop in here. So I'm a huge believer in, yeah, you need a catch can, but I don't know, dude. There's no oil in here. I've seen oil in here in other engines, other LT4s. I pull off the lid and there's a bunch in there. Why this one doesn't have any in it, I don't know, but here you go. Here's one that currently says I don't need a catch can, and I am okay with that for right now. All right, and here's that plate. It's larger than I was expecting it to be. It's not too thick, but it covers more area. There's a little bit of oil right there. A little bit of oil. All right, so let me get the right socket for this and get this bad boy off. All right, here we are. It turns out to be a T20 Torx. This is a fairly heavy piece. We got some condensation on it. Some oily condensation. I just went over that whole thing, how there's no oil in that supercharger. But it's right here, so yeah, so there's the plate. It holds a little bit of weight. It's multi-layered. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, it's multi-layered. It's definitely to help with sound, which we don't care about. We want sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow these holes out with some compressed air before putting this back on. And then I'll put this lid back on, and then we get to go drive this thing. How amazing is that? Let's do it. All right, so there it is. It's on it. It's completed. The plate is out. As you saw, I used the impact gun to just slowly bring them down. I did not tighten them down with the impact gun. That's very important because you don't want to blow these threads out. So then I tightened it by hand, and then I went through and then torque wrench. And 89 inch-pounds is what you want to set it to. So I torqued them all down in the flow that was needed, and then I went through and I hit every single bolt one more time just to make sure I didn't miss any bolts. The studs are back in the correct location, so I would take a picture before, maybe, if you don't think you'll remember, but it's pretty self-explanatory because it's wherever little retainers are. So it's pretty basic on this one. But yeah, so I guess the only thing left to do is to start this up. Okay, so initial impressions on this, yes, it does make a little bit more whine. I do like it. Under hard throttle, it definitely, you can't hear a difference because the exhaust is so loud, everything, so there's so much going on. But under moderate throttle and regular driving, maybe half throttle, it definitely, there is an improvement. Totally worth it. I mean, that took like 10 minutes of my time, and I got a little bit more noise out of it. Now I added the intake, the Rotofab intake on this, solely so I can hear the supercharger a little bit more. So this just adds to that a little bit, and that's a plus. So apparently the lid is supposed to be a little bit louder, the replacement lid, the NX Express lid. But this is a good, cheap, free mod right here for a little bit more noise. Where can you go wrong with that? So yeah, we kept it within the speed limit. I don't know if you can tell. See, so that's like half throttle. And that's obviously, windows are up, everything is up, because I feel like if I had the windows down, it's just too much noise, because that's how I started out with. But yeah, definitely worth it. Yeah, so I would say do it. Do it. It doesn't take long at all. It's super easy. Yeah, do it. Thumbs up from me.